What is Nokia Siemens talking about as their main answer to this potential protest issue?
So we talk about smartphones, we talk about smart devices. What we're here talking about is smarter networks. So there's essentially a few areas that you have to get in place on your network if you're an operator, a telecoms provider, to really sort out this issue of people wanting to be connected all the time. So you need smarter access networks. So, for example, I don't want to necessarily know when I'm on a mobile network to when I go onto a Wi-Fi network. I want the handover to happen seamlessly. So the access needs to be sorted out. You need good fixed access, certainly, so you can get excellent Wi-Fi networks in lots of places. But you also need mobile broadband, true mobile broadband, looking at LTE, getting into rural areas. That's important. You need to sort out the transport network, the backbone, the highways that the operators run. They need to be much smarter to be able to handle all the different types of services that people want.
And the solutions that Ericsson is bringing to the operators, what's the key thing that you're delivering and talking about in this show?
Well, as Ericsson, as a leader in this industry, I think that we are taking on to actually to lead the industry, because if we don't get the industry as act as one, it's actually going to be more or less impossible to get the gains for the industry as well as for the people depending on it. So I think that will be our main contribution. We will bring technology to it, we will bring lots of good ideas, but I think that dealing with the business models going forward, building the infrastructure that's necessary and making sure that we can operate that in an efficient way. I think this is where we're going to contribute, and hopefully we don't need to go into any of the protests against governments. So we'll see.
From RAD's perspective, what would you bring to the party to address the protest issue?
RAD is providing a lot of carrier Ethernet devices which allow you actually to use all these new standards and new features which are being around for some time now. A lot of different options to use the newly built networks with a much higher efficiency, with better view and control of the network, providing more rates at lower cost. Prices should go down also of the services. And RAD is bringing a lot of value, a lot of products, a lot of solutions into this equation.
What would ZTE do to address these protests and issues?
Well, we take this opportunity this year during the Broadband World Forum to promote our new UniFAN solution, which is the Unified Intelligent Fixed Access Network. So based on this solution, we can offer operators what they're looking for, because they are looking for reduced TCO, as I mentioned earlier. So they want a solution that offers them increased savings, especially on the power side. So we have a green solution that was, by the way, granted by the award last night. We have got the InfoVision Award on that, and also they want to have increased bandwidth to deliver to their end users.
Alcatel-Lucent's answer that it's proposing to this protest at the show here, what are you talking about as your highlights?
Our highlights, we have two paradigms that solve both those issues. One is we have a thing called a high leverage network proposition, which we've been working on for a few years, which is to decrease the cost per bit of delivery. So that solves the cost problem. But at the same time, we're also looking at a way of valuing those bits more through exposing the bits capabilities or the network capabilities through APIs to application and content providers. We call them ACPs. You can think of them as what used to be called OTTs. So those people developing applications, innovative applications on the web, now get access to service provider capabilities, payment, messaging, quality of service metrics, so that they can get a better service experience for their end users and pay the network for use of those services. So you've got a new paradigm where the user will pay for a service on the web, a premium service. That premium service provider will then pay the network provider for delivering the service with sort of a better experience. And so now you've stabilized the revenue model. It's not just about service providers selling walled garden services. The web services will now be available to you, but with a premium experience. So you've got more revenue for service provider associated with that, sharing the revenue with the application developer, and we've got a lower cost per bit, and those two things together stabilize the business model.